Hello, thank you for joining me. And today I'm going to share with you some news. First, let me share with you my screen. Okay, so let's take a look. The first news is the design of Oakley. New Kato eyewear is so crazy. It needs an AR introduction. Okay, so what's today's news? Today's news is pretty much Oakley. We all know that Oakley is famous for doing a lot of eyewear. And with its seamless, sleek design. So Oakley, in order to introduce a really, really cool new headset, let me share with you this one. It's called Oakley Kettle. So you can see the whole design. It's pretty much very seamless and the color is really cool. So in order to introduce this this new headset or this new eyewear, and then they pretty much see this eyewear. They pretty much do, let me show you, create, create an AR device. So if you can see my screen, so pretty much how to do it is that it has a device. And then once you use your phone and then download, hello, Trevor. Hello. Hello. Do you want to chat with me? Can you raise your hand so I can unmute you or hello? Hello, Trevor? Hello, Trevor, do you want to? Okay, so yeah, okay, so I will keep talking. Yeah, so I want to recap. So pretty much the news that I read is the design of Oculus new Kettle eyewear is so crazy and it needs an AR introduction. So yeah, pretty much it's very cool, I would say. Yeah, so pretty much yeah, you use your iPhone, and then if you can see my screen, and you can see the Oculus history of different types of pretty cool eyewear, such as I would say there's eyewear called over the top. Yeah, it's the price is $2,000. It's really, really expensive. So pretty much you can use AR and see all the crazy headset history from Oakley, and then also you can take a look of their upcoming featured eyewear called Oakley Kettle. Okay, so that's the first news, and the second news is Arthur announced major updates to its collaborative VR platform, including expanded room capacity of 50 plus participants. Okay, so this news is organics.org. Okay, so let's take a look. Arthur, a virtual reality office space provider that enables business to create virtual offices. Okay, so let me see this one. Okay, so Arthur, a virtual reality office space provider that enables businesses to create virtual space. Right now, they are expanding. So you can see they have two different types of room, two models. One is professional, another one is consumer. The professional one is currently in beta, still not, being um, um, still not being, fully developed, still in beta. Okay, so professional, it will be more self-generatable and photorealistic avatars. I remember For those, pretty much you need to take a photo and they will, according to the photo, they will generate a 3D avatar for you. So yeah, so you can have, photorealistic avatars. And in the professional, in the professional one, you can even expanded your room capacity of more than 50 participants in VR. And it has audio zones, so you can pretty much talk, and it has speech to text capabilities. Another one is consumer. The consumer one, you still have, the photorealistic avatars, and both models will be receiving updates to room capacities and photorealistic avatars, allowing them to be viewed from an image of the user. So yeah, so pretty much in Author, you can take a photo and then it will, according to the photo, it will generate realistic avatars for you. Audio Zone, if you can see my screen, Audio Zone is a very interesting zone. Pretty much it has the new feature allows people to hold private conversation with subgroup of people within a meeting, serves as a private bubble. So pretty much there's a pretty interesting zone, audio zone, that allows your users to talk talk privately. For example, if there are two people want to talk privately, they can just go to there's a bubble, like a purple bubble, wrap it up, and you can just go there, and then people will kind of like enjoy each other inside that bubble, and nobody will hear that. So yeah, so it's like within. Hello, Yvonne.
Hey, how's it going, Doggy?
Good. How are you? I think Stefan is he's in the working meeting, so he couldn't join us today. So yeah, so it's fine. Yeah, I can have a quick recap of today's news. I mean, if you read anything, feel free to share. Yeah, the first one. Yeah, and remember to mute yourself if you are not talking. Yeah, I mean, it's like sometimes there will be some echoes, and yeah, and I am recording, so yeah, I will mute myself if I'm not talking. So it's just preventing the echo. So yeah, so the first one is the design of Oculus new Kettle eyewear is so crazy and it needs an AR introduction. So a quick summarize, it's pretty much like Oakley is pretty famous for its eyewear, right? The sunglasses and a lot of different glasses, and they use like a one piece and wrap around your eyes, and with a lot of different cool colors. So right now they are integrating AR technologies to to do the showcase of all the innovative headsets that Oakley designed, with a lot of different and if you see the news, this news is on digitaltrends.com, and the title is the design of Oculus new Kato eyewear is so crazy and it needs an AR introduction. You can see, if you scroll down a little bit, you can see there's a pod, right? A pod, and you need to download an app. Once you open the Oakley app, you can see that there's some, I would say, like holographical images or videos start playing out of that pod, and then start introducing a lot of Oculus historical design and the history, and also at the end you will see the Oculus Kettle, the new design. So yeah, so it's pretty cool, like a marketing purpose to use AR to to show your clients or your users the history of your product. Do you have any thoughts of the news, or you see any AR stuff that you think is pretty cool you want to share?
No, I was just checking out these Oakley Kettle glasses. Those are, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it makes me think about kind of like how some of the success with like more consumer-oriented AR applications is definitely going to come from kind of like a design approach that really recognizes like the way that like eyewear, is this like, it's a piece of fashion, it's like an accessory. It's definitely exciting to see some directions being explored that way, because I feel like that will kind of like help make some of this technology a lot more palatable to a lot of people.
Yeah, and when I see this news and it 1,000 team Oakley athletes attending the 2021 Tokyo Olympics in July. I don't know whether they will cancel it or not, but it seems like it's going to be happen. And all the athletes, thousands of people will wear the Kato, which is the one that introduced through AR platform. So a lot of people will wear it, and it's 291 for that for Oakley Kettle. So so pretty much, I think they spend a lot of money to introduce that. The product, so it must be good. Okay, so let's move on to the next news. The next news is called Author announces major updates to its collaborative VR platform, including expanded room capacity of 50 plus participants. Okay, so if you went to some different VR or AR VR collaborate space, like there are a bunch. For example, like Engage, for example, All Space, and Author is also one of it. So pretty much it allows you to collaborate inside virtual reality. So so Author right now they had two plans, two platforms. One is professional for business. Another one is for normal consumer. And for professionals, pretty much it will self-generate a photorealistic avatars for you. And it will lip syncing when you talk, which is pretty cool. And I remember I tried Author last year, and pretty much all I need to do is to upload my photo to the cloud, and the cloud will generate a really weird uh, 3D model according to my photo. It's a little bit off, and sometimes it's a little scary, but I mean, they are trying, right? So the professional version, if you want to see the news, it's AUGANIX, organics.org. Yeah, and Author. The spelling for Author is ARTHUR. It's a virtual reality VR office space. So right now they have a professional one, and it has expanded room capacity of more than 50 participants in VR. And the special about it is that they have audio zones, which means if you can see my screen, you scroll down, you can see there are some purple bubbles, and it looks like a teleporting, some portal stuff. But if you want to talk privately with somebody inside a meeting, and you can go to that little bubble, and that little bubble is a private server. So pretty much you guys can talk and nobody can hear. So I think this is a pretty cool collaborate space. Yeah, it's kind of like a mimicking the real world space, and with the photorealistic avatar. So do you have any thoughts, Yvonne, about the platform, and do you have any experience like working or visiting any of the VR a collaborative space?
That's definitely a topic I've thought a little bit about. I don't have a headset, so I haven't had a chance to jump into one of these in true VR. But I was poking around a little bit on Mozilla Hubs, seeing there was somebody had done like a participatory design workshop, I think it was, some kind of like user researchy type thing on Mozilla Hubs, and then they had kind of like, they were showing like the kind of the outcome of what they were doing and a little bit of the exercise they had people do in that space, which I thought was a really interesting use of it to kind of explore how maybe some like in-person or kind of like, obviously it isn't really tactile in the same way, but being able to like present materials to people in a more spatial way that, you know, in a space, you know, in a VR space like that, rather than just, you know, talking to someone over the phone or over Zoom and getting their responses, giving them something that they could interact with a little bit more. I thought was an interesting application of it. In terms of like people collaborating on the same project too, I know Hubs has been, you know, kind of popular for that as well, especially with people who maybe don't have a headset, you know, and don't maybe want to put as much effort into the onboarding and logging in that might come with like, you know, a bigger solution. One of the things I really like about Hubs is like how easy it is to get onto it. Like I feel like the UX is very streamlined in that way. So that's interesting. I'm definitely interested in seeing more projects in that space. I think there's a lot of potential there. And yeah.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, right. I mean, there are a lot of, I would say, virtual collaborate or virtual meetings platform out there, including if you want to explore another one, which is called Verbella. Verbella, yeah, it has a lot of really cool, you know, like pretty much you can use a headset or you can use your computer. Similar to Mozilla Hub, you can chime in, go to the space, and you can walk around. And I think they have some, you know, space rental. So pretty much it's a really giant 3D virtual space. And when you land, you are basically in a campus or, you know, in a school. And there are different hallways. So you need to pick, and it will, once you pick on the billboard of different events, and you can click. Once you click, you will be teleporting to that hallway, and you can join different, you know, different events. And then also you can, you know, exit out, and you can see a giant space, and you can walk around, similar to All Space. Yeah. So yeah, if you are interested, you can buy a, you know, VR headset. I think Oculus Quest 2 is pretty cool. Yeah, I have Oculus Quest 1. And then, yeah, right now, I think all the, you know, all the software, hardware are much cheaper, and pretty much everything's upgraded. And yeah, Facebook is going to create a really cool AR glass. They are trying to compete with Apple's AR glass next year, right? Apple is going to launch their AR glass next year. And then I think Magic Leap, according to the news that I read, that their CEO is trying to, yeah, I mean, reduce the cost, right? You know, make it cheaper, lighter, and more CPU capacities. So yeah, and I think I read the Facebook news. It seems like they want to get rid of the phone thing, right? Because right now it seems like all the you know, the AR glasses or AR glasses, you need to attach to, you know, a certain phone. But, you know, HoloLens, you don't need to do that because you pretty much wear a heavy computer on your head, right? So, but the rest of all the glasses, the lightweight one, you still need to attach to a device or a phone. But Facebook is trying to, you know, condense all the information or all the chips inside one really lightweight eyewear. So I don't know, like it's their goal. But since Facebook is so powerful, it's you know, Facebook pretty much it's itself, it's a country, right? Another country. So yeah, I believe they can probably achieve it. So yeah, so this is pretty cool. Okay, so another news is that there's a opera called Royal Opera House in London. They are start experimenting some hyper museum experience for their user. If you want to see the news, it's theguardian.com. And the title is Anything Could Happen Inside the World's First Virtual Reality Opera. So yeah, so if you can take a look, and then yeah, so let me summarize this. Pretty much they, you know, right now because of COVID, you know, social distance is really important. So the exhibition is only, or the opera only allowed 4 people to enter at a time. And then the experience is around 10 to 15 minutes, 15 minutes. And then according to the participants recall that then they said that the experience is pretty much you are walking inside an art exhibition with a lot of projection and sound. So yeah, some of the participants thinks that it's too packed and too much, right? Compared to the traditional opera. So yeah, so it's a pretty much, it allows the user to co-create, you know, the stuff with the installation, the projection. So pretty much when you enter, it has Esker-like projection of impossible staircases. So you know, like the impossible staircases, right? You just keep climbing the stairs, and you think you are going up, but actually you are going down, and it's infinite. Yeah, so pretty much they integrate with a lot of projections, sound, and also a lot of visual stuff on the wall, projecting on the wall, and the user needs to wear. When I see the picture, I see they wear a headset. I think it's probably mixed reality headset, so you can see a lot of projections on the wall. So yeah, so the play is pretty much, it is inspired by Prospero liberating Ariel at the end of Shakespeare's The Tempest. So yeah, so I think everything is like, you know, they are still experimenting, but I think at some point it will get to some certain points. But right now, because I think the experiment is still in its infancy, so so it seems a little overwhelming. But definitely, I think opera can integrate, you know, a lot of different visual effect or hyper reality to enhance the performance. What do you think of? Any thoughts or any feedback for the news? Yeah. Yeah, any feedback? Ivan, do you have any thoughts for the opera or hyper reality performance?
Hey, sorry, I dropped off there for a second. No, that sounds really interesting. I'll have to check it out to kind of see. I feel like theater is a really interesting. It makes a lot of sense to kind of try and port to, you know, XR, or thinking about the creative possibilities too of like, you know, performances that you're placing in like your own space, right? Or like, you know, being able to place like a performance in different spaces, I think is really interesting as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that out and seeing what they were doing. But I was just gonna sign off. I have to run. But yeah, thanks so much for hosting this. And yeah, I'll definitely try and tune in again soon.
Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, and pretty much we are going to wrap it up. So yeah, so thank you everyone, and hope you enjoyed today's news, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye.